Hello everybody, Pedro here with CineMilled, and welcome to another episode of CineRides. We have something really special, as you can see. It is a 1949 Chevy 3100, the world's first classic hot rod lowrider camera truck. Check it out. So now I'm going to give you a quick build breakdown, a quick walk around of this amazing vehicle we put together that we're getting ready to go shoot right now. We're going to go film some hot rods, some classic cars with another beautiful classic car. Why not, right? So let's check it out here. So one of the first things we did was try to establish how the hell we were going to rig up a suspension arm, in this case our CineMilled action arm, to a classic, beautiful, expensive truck like this one that we definitely can't damage, we can't make any permanent modifications to. And so I set out to find what is going to be the load-bearing starting point for this whole build. And what we did is we used our new CineMilled Smart Starter, the hollow version, to create an anchor point. We got this custom Delrin spacer right here to protect the finish on the bumper. And then we got this fixed Houdini, no play because of the pins that we use in them. So it's a super solid connection. And then we got the beautiful CineMilled carbon fiber speed rail. Keep in mind, we also have black anodized speed rail, which would have been just as much as at home here on this build. And that is all connected to our CineMilled action arm right here. Doing work, keeping the Ronin 2 stabilized. And you can see here we're using a single tube today. So the CineMilled triple clamp that comes on the action arm can work with dual verticals or a single vertical. In this case, for the sake of simplicity, we used a single. Usually, you know, with a little bit more time, I would have rigged up a double, which we could have easily done here. And also, I've never shown you guys the action arm with the single, so I figured it'd be a great opportunity to show you that it can easily use a single tube. And let's see here. So then we got our action arm. We got our upcoming CineMilled isolator, wire isolator here, doing its job. And then we got our Ronin 2, or CineMilled Ronin 2. We're using our new short upper dovetail. We got our extensions, our tilt extensions, the version 3 with the threads on the side. And then we got, of course, our lower dovetail. Now, both our upper and our lower dovetails are now also compatible with the new Alexa 35. But in any case, back to the build. So we got here our CineMilled carbon fiber tubes connecting to our 360 Houdinis. In this case, it's an inch and a quarter speed rail. We do make these in 1.5 inches and 5/8 and 3/8, and they all interchange with each other, but we don't need to use that feature at the moment. You can see here we got both the SDI and the power, right? First of all, we got the batteries mounted remotely. Now, the reason you want to mount batteries remotely anytime you use the Ronin on a vehicle is that you don't want the isolator to collapse, right? To be weighted more on one side, and also the actual battery can introduce some oscillation. So whenever you're vehicle mounted, you want to remotely mount the battery pack, and that's what we did here. Now, the way we did that is, if you look closely here on the carbon fiber speed rail, we got a female Houdini, which is this piece right here, connecting to, bolted to our CineMilled universal battery plate, which is drilled to accept the Ronin 2 battery module. So now we got the Ronin 2 battery module securely mounted to speed rail. We could have mounted this in any position here on the speed rail. So that's the way to securely mount your Ronin 2 batteries on any vehicle rig, you know, on any vehicle rig. All right, so moving on. So coming down here on the triangulation tubes, super important. You always want to triangulate. And the way we did this is we put a little spacer in there so we don't scratch up the paint. And then we're using our 2-inch long smart starter. This is the hollow version. So that means we pulled this bolt out. We are reutilizing the bolt. And so there's no need to really complicate anything. It's really simple, really quick. It's a great use, great example of why you want to use the hollow smart starter, because in this case, the back side of this is threaded, right? We don't have access to the back. So you couldn't put a nut and put a wrench on the back side of it. So it's what's called a riv nut. So the only way for us to get that starter there was to be able to use that smart starter, the hollow version. So this is a great example of why you need to use the hollow smart starter. In certain situations, in certain attachment points, it's the only way you're going to be able to get a starter, right? Is to be able to reutilize the thread that's existing in the vehicle. So there you have it. All right, guys, so the next part is the control center. How are we going to operate, control, and create images inside the cabin? So let's check out what we did there. So welcome to the control center recreated here. This is how we're going to be operating when we're going to go shoot these classic cars. Once you step inside my office, and you're going to see what we set up here. So this is the CineMilled control panel. This is the heart of the operation, and as you can see here, we designed it so that it can easily and comfortably sit in between your knees, right? We also have a post and a harness that you can wear to stabilize this, but in this case, I'm just going to use it on my lap. So right here with the controller mounted sideways, I can really comfortably adjust the knobs as I'm panning and tilting, right? And I can stop and start and all that good stuff. And then I also mounted, because we got our rigging holes, our threads right here, I got my C-Motion focus iris zoom controller, and so I have full control of our focus and my iris right there. There's our iris. I'll be operating and I'll be pulling focus, and the whole time I'll have this beautiful monitor right here. It's a 703 ultra bright, and it is securely rigged up. You can see here I can almost move the entire vehicle, and you know, like they say, that thing isn't going anywhere. And the way we did that, we're going to have a separate video where I'm going to go step by step and what pieces I use. But basically, we got a suction cup on the windshield, got a couple of baby pins, and we're using our 360 Houdinis in the 5/8 size with our 5/8 rigging rod right here from the top and the bottom. Like I said, super secure, right? It's not gonna move on us. And yeah, so this is gonna be the heart and the center of operations here. We got the control panel, we've got focus, and we got camera control. And luckily the driver in this case is going to be right next to me, so it's going to make for really easy communication. All right, well, now all that's left is to get this thing on the road and create some beautiful images with these amazing classic cars that we'll be filming here over the next few days. And I'm really excited to cruise down the road in style with this amazing 1949 Chevy 3100, world's first lowrider classic camera car, brought to you by CineMilled and CineRides. All right, guys, catch us on the next episode of CineRides.